Welcome to a land unlike anywhere else on Earth. A land where fire shapes the ground, where mountains rise into the clouds, where ancient faith is carved into living stone. This is Ethiopia. In the Horn of Africa lies a country forged by volcanoes, lifted by shifting tectonic plates, and sustained by an unbreakable human spirit. It is a land of extremes, from the lowest desert basin to the roof of Africa. This is Ethiopia, from above. Near the border with Eritrea stretches one of the harshest environments on the planet, the Danakil Depression. More than 100 meters below sea level, this vast basin continues to sink as three tectonic plates slowly pull the earth apart. The ground fractures, steam escapes through cracks, sulfur paints the landscape in yellow, green, and deep orange. Temperatures often rise above 45 degrees Celsius. At its fiery heart stands Erta Ale, one of the rare volcanoes on Earth with a permanent lava lake, a glowing reminder that the planet beneath our feet is alive. Yet even here, life endures. For the Afar people, this unforgiving desert is home. For centuries, they have cut salt from the earth by hand, shaping it into blocks and carrying it by camel across blistering plains. In a place where survival seems impossible, resilience thrives. Travel north into the cliffs of Tigray, and something extraordinary appears. Churches carved directly into vertical rock faces. Ethiopia embraced Christianity in the 4th century, becoming one of the earliest Christian civilizations in the world. High above the ground, priests still climb narrow ledges and rope paths to reach sanctuaries carved from sandstone centuries ago. Further south stands one of Africa's greatest architectural wonders, Lalibela. In the 12th century, King Lalibela ordered the creation of 11 churches, each carved from a single block of stone. The most iconic, Beit Georgios, is shaped like a perfect cross. These structures were not built upward. They were carved downward into the earth. To believers, they are the work of angels. To historians, they are engineering masterpieces. Each year, thousands of pilgrims dressed in white gather here during Easter, praying through the night by candlelight. Faith here is not a memory of the past. It is alive. Rising dramatically from the northern plateau are the jagged peaks of the Simien Mountains. Formed by ancient lava flows and sculpted by erosion, these mountains soar above 4,500 meters. They shelter species found nowhere else on Earth. Galata monkeys graze on highland grasses, the bearded vulture rides rising thermals, and the Ethiopian wolf, Africa's rarest carnivore, hunts silently across the alpine plateau. Fewer than 500 Ethiopian wolves remain. Their survival depends on the protection of these fragile highland ecosystems. In the northern highlands stand something unexpected: castles. Gondar. In the 17th century, Emperor Fasilides made the city his capital. Within its royal enclosure rise fortified palaces blending Ethiopian, Portuguese, and Middle Eastern influences. Nearby stands Fasilides' bath, filled each year during Timkat, the celebration of Epiphany. While castles rose in Europe, they rose here as well, symbols of sovereignty and identity. To the south lies Ethiopia's largest lake, Lake Tana. From its waters flows the Blue Nile, beginning a journey of thousands of kilometers towards Sudan and Egypt. Island monasteries rest quietly upon the lake. Fishermen cast their nets as they have for generations. But change is visible: new roads, motorboats, growing tourism. Ethiopia stands between preservation and progress. Founded in 1886, Ethiopia's capital carries the name Addis Ababa, New Flower. Today it is Africa's diplomatic capital, home to the headquarters of the African Union. Skyscrapers rise against the highland sky. Light rail lines move millions. Mercato pulses as one of the continent's largest open-air markets. The city modernizes quickly, yet tradition remains deeply rooted. In the southern highlands grows a plant that transformed the world: coffee. Legend tells of a goat herder who noticed his animals energized after eating bright red berries. Today, Ethiopia remains one of the world's leading coffee producers. The traditional coffee ceremony is deliberate and sacred. Beans are roasted, ground, and brewed slowly. Coffee here is not hurried. It is shared. It is community. In 1896, at the Battle of Adwa, Ethiopia achieved a historic victory against a European colonial army. Though briefly occupied from 1936 to 1941, the nation restored its sovereignty. This legacy shaped a powerful sense of identity. Ethiopia stands as a symbol of resistance and independence in Africa. Ethiopia is contrast and harmony, fire and water, ancient and modern, isolation and connection. a nation shaped by extremes yet defined by endurance. From the burning Danakil to the sacred stone churches of Lalibela, from the castles of Gondar to the wolves of the high mountains, Ethiopia is not simply a country. It is a civilization. If this the birthplace of humanity before empires, before kingdoms, before written history, there was Ethiopia. In 1974, in the Afar region, scientists discovered a 2-million-year-old skeleton named Lucy, one of the earliest known human ancestors. This land is not just ancient, it is the cradle of humanity, the kingdom of Aksum. Long before many European kingdoms existed, Ethiopia had an empire, the kingdom of Aksum. By the 1st century AD, Aksum traded with Rome and India, minted its own coins, and became a cultural hub. In the 4th century, King Ezana converted to Christianity, making Ethiopia one of the world's first Christian nations. Faith became identity. Identity became legacy. 1000–1230 The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela. In the 12th century, King Lalibela envisioned a new Jerusalem. He did not build upward, he carved downward. 11 churches, each from a single block of stone. Some believe angels helped build them. Whether divine or human genius, Lalibela remains one of Africa's greatest architectural achievements. In northern Aksum lies one of history's greatest mysteries, the Church of St. Mary of Zion. According to tradition, the Ark of the Covenant is kept here, seen only by a single guardian monk. Believers say it is real. Historians debate. Mystery adds power, and power adds legend. 1500–1800 The Battle of Adwa in 1896. European powers sought to divide Africa. Ethiopia refused. At the Battle of Adwa, Emperor Menelik led Ethiopian forces against Italy and won. Ethiopia became a symbol of independence and African resistance. Gondar, the African Camelot in Gondar. Castles rise like nowhere else in Africa. The royal enclosure blends Ethiopian, Portuguese, and Middle Eastern architecture. Emperors once ruled here, and today, the castles remain as silent witnesses to Ethiopia's royal past. The Simien Mountains are jagged peaks in deep valleys, formed by ancient lava flows. They are home to the Galata monkey, the Walia ibex, and the rare Ethiopian wolf. Nature here is raw, untouched, and majestic. Coffee, Ethiopia's gift to the world. Legend says a goat herder noticed his goats energized after eating red berries coffee. Today, Ethiopia is a top coffee producer. Here, coffee is slow. It is ceremony. It is community. Coffee is culture. Coffee is identity. Addis Ababa, the modern African capital. Addis Ababa, meaning new flower, is Africa's political capital. Home to the African Union, rising skyscrapers, and modern light rail. Yet tradition thrives alongside progress, connecting past and future. The people, over 80 ethnic groups, more than 80 languages, different traditions, music, and dress, yet united under one identity, Ethiopia. Culture here is not fading, it is living, cinematic, ending from the cradle of humanity to the fire of Erda Ale. From carved stone churches to modern skylines. From ancient kingdoms to rising futures. Ethiopia is not just a country, it is a civilization, a land of extremes, and an eternal spirit. Beyond the highlands, Ethiopia's landscapes continue to astonish. The Rift Valley cuts through the country, a scar of the earth formed millions of years ago. Here, lush valleys and winding rivers create fertile lands, while dramatic cliffs reveal the forces that shape this ancient land. Lake Tana, Ethiopia's largest lake, stretches across the highlands like a mirror of the sky. Its waters feed the Blue Nile, journeying thousands of kilometers to Sudan and Egypt. Dotted with monasteries, these islands preserve centuries of faith and scholarship. Fishermen still cast their nets as their ancestors did, connecting past and present through daily ritual. South of the lake, the Bale Mountains rise, a highland realm of mist, forest, and rare wildlife. The Ethiopian wolf, Africa's rarest carnivore, prowls these peaks. Only a few hundred remain in the wild. Conservationists and locals work tirelessly to protect them, preserving not just a species, but a symbol of Ethiopia's natural heritage. Across the southern plateaus, communities maintain traditions that have survived centuries. From weaving and pottery to music and dance, cultural practices are passed from generation to generation. In every village, life is a testament to resilience, faith, and connection to the land. Further east, the city of Shashamane tells a story of return. In the 20th century, Rastafarians from around the world were invited to settle here, seeing Ethiopia as a promised land. Today, they farm, craft, and celebrate a spiritual homecoming that bridges continents, faiths, and cultures. In the south, the birthplace of coffee continues to nourish the world. Farmers tend red berries on highland slopes, each harvest a rhythm of patience and care. Coffee ceremonies remain sacred, a slow, deliberate ritual, inviting connection, conversation, and community. Even in urban centers, Ethiopia's heritage persists. Addis Ababa hums with energy, markets overflow, streets buzz with life, and public spaces echo with music and history. Modernity does not erase the past, it dances with it, creating a city that embodies Ethiopia's dual identity, ancient yet evolving. From the fire of the Danakil to the stone churches of Lalibela, from the castles of Gondar to the highland wolves of Bale, from coffee farms to bustling streets, Ethiopia is more than land or history. It is a living civilization, a place where extremes coexist, where past and present meet, and where spirit endures. Ethiopia is a story still being told, and its chapters are far from over. If this journey moved you, share it with others who seek to understand the world more deeply, and continue exploring because the story of Ethiopia is far from finished.